I really feel like gym bros are the most supported people out there.
He's clearly superior than most people. Right, Cloting? Right, Abraham? Right, Autumn Bates? Coach Greg, and I am going over Pewdiepie's new workout routine that he just posted. He was making waves on the internet. Literally, I think, actual waves. He posted a shirtless picture, he's on a ladder, he had some abs, and everyone was like, what is happening? Is he natty? Was he not? What's his training routine? So he decided to share with us, what did he do to train? What is his workout routine? What is his gym? He must have the best gym in the world, right? He's a millionaire, he must be like training with superstars. Well, let's see, let's analyze this video right now. So he's sitting here with his ear things on and his microphone in his cheap looking shirt as a multimillionaire, and I can't see an ounce of muscle, but I'm reviewing his workout program. And granted, he does say, hey, I was planning on doing this for at least in 6 months or a year, like give me enough time to actually see some changes, but 54,000 people requested this. So give the people what they want.
I even saw people online debating if I'm using roids or any sort of supplement.
I'm that guy. I'm the one talking about it. I think he saw my video. I think he did. What do you think? Pretty sure he saw it. So his gym is literally a piece of poop. It's not actually literally. It's a shitty gym bench that looks like it's gonna fall apart, and some dumbbells that you can pull the peg and adjust it. It goes from 10 to 100 pounds. He needs to buy some better equipment. He can afford it. If not, he can go on Kijiji or whatever other marketplace used in different areas.
I also have these, which are good for, it's good for extra grip when you're doing pull exercises.
So he has something for extra grip for pulling when it's in fact a cushion for pushing. He should hire Coach Greg. He needs lifting straps. I suggest the VersaGrips. No, I'm not sponsored by VersaGrip, but I use it all the freaking time, and it's awesome and easy to use, and it's only probably $100 or less. It might be cheaper than my cookbook. It might even be as cheap as my freaking home and hotel hypertrophy handbook. I should give him one. Maybe he could train at home properly. In his workout journal, he keeps track of how much he can lift. He writes the name of the exercise, like fat press, 50 pounds, 70 pounds, and so on. So he can easily compare from one day to the next, see what weight he should be using. I highly suggest that you all use your workout tracking books. You write down how much you can lift until you at least get into the habit of knowing how much you can lift. Because without tracking this, how would you know? And trust me, very motivating when you're not seeing improvements, you're not seeing gains, to look back. Where did I start? Where was I 6 months ago? Where was I 3 months ago? 2 days ago? 6 years ago? Be like, well, geez, I'm lifting double what I did back then. Imagine I was only lifting 50 pounds. Now I'm lifting 100 pounds. Very motivating to look back. I've been tracking since I was 10. It's fun for me to look at what I did when I was 10. I have bicep measurements and everything, all from the past. Love it.
This is me day one. I was doing flat press 50. I was doing 70. And then I could do... It's not that bad, actually. I haven't improved that much. Do it, pussy!
Train harder than last time. He didn't actually say those words, but it should say that. Train harder last time. Use more weight than last time. Do more reps than last time. But don't ego lift. Don't mistakenly just add weight when you're not ready for it.
Don't make the mistakes I made. Properly warm up. Make the right movements. Because if you get injured, you're out for 3 weeks.
He's not even an experienced lifter, and he's giving better advice than half the coaches that I know. So he shows a picture. He says, this is my after photo. This is me after going to the gym. He's like, you can see a little bit and stuff. And it's true. He's not in bad shape. He actually looks pretty freaking good. He doesn't look like a bodybuilder, but like, look, most of society doesn't look like bodybuilders. Most people, if you can see it, add a ab at all. That's freaking good. And it's true. When I was younger, I remember my goal being to say, hey, I want people to be able to tell that I work out while wearing a t-shirt. That was my goal. When I ripped the shirt off, yeah, you can see there was some muscle. But I wanted to be in a t-shirt and be like, oh, yeah, he definitely works out. Now it's obvious. I mean, it's obvious now, but I'm 50 pounds bigger now. So you got to understand, when you just start, your goal is probably just, I want people to think that I work out, that I'm fit.
When you feel like, oh God, I cannot give anymore, which is common when you start off and you haven't worked out before. But in the back of my mind, I was like, there's no way I can maintain this for a longer time.
Important tip that he gives. When you start out, don't train too hard. He pushed himself too hard. He was training harder than last time, but too hard. When you're a fresh novice, you just need to show up and go through the motions. You literally do. Don't freaking try to train hard. What happened? He trained too hard, got sick, missed a couple weeks, and guess what happens when you get out of the habit of what you're doing? Babe, what happens when you miss 2 weeks at the gym?
Well, then you get out of your routine and you're not motivated, and then you are like me, and then you don't go back for 4 months.
Exactly. So don't go too hard at the start. Ease into it. Ease into it. I have to like shove my opinion into the face of my clients. Don't go too hard at the start. Oh my God, coach, I can't walk for 2 days now. I'm like, I told you not to go hard. But I'm so motivated. You're so motivated you try too hard at the start. Ease into it.
So I decided to myself, okay, I'll just set up a bench. I'll set up some dumbbells at home and I can just work out from that, you know? And this time, I'm not going to make the same mistake. I'm just going to be consistent and I'm not going to overdo it.
He's got freaking good advice, this guy. Can't believe it. Way better. I thought I was going to be like, oh my God. But he's got good freaking advice. Go watch his channel. And while you're at it, hire Coach Greg. Tell Pewdiepie, Coach Greg wants to train you. Train you harder than last time, but not too hard so you keep the gains, make the gains. Go and message him. He needs me to coach him. Imagine Pewdiepie with Coach Greg training him. We'll accomplish so much. It's going to be incredible. Message him now. Just pause the video and go message him. Don't wait till the end. And subscribe to that bell button right now. I actually took pre-workout and I'm sweating. I'm supposed to be in a bike race, but Pewdiepie video. I need to do the race, but I gotta finish this video.
I've been consistent on YouTube and that's sort of been my success. So that can translate into exercise.
Man, he's so good. Consistency on YouTube led to success. You just keep going. Consistent. You don't miss. You don't stop posting for a month. Oh, get back into it. Consistent. Coach Greg's consistent. Look at how many videos I've been posting. How many days do I miss? Ask yourself, do I post harder than last time? Do I video harder? Do I speak louder? I do it all, everything, consistent. Same as my training, I don't give up. Same as my bike racing. You keep getting better, you build up to it. So he gives great advice. Consistency in the gym leads to gains. That's how it works. None of this, you train hard for 3 months, burn yourself out injured because you went too friggin' heavy, and then you take time off and lose all the gains. That's most people.
Most important thing is to really do it until you fail.
Train to failure. Not at first. He worked his way up to this. He trained for months, years. A couple of years he's been at it and all. And eventually he's like, I want to really focus now. And that's when I really noticed the gain. Not RP of 5. Not train like a pussy. I'm not naming other people that train like this or coaches. No. He trained harder than last time. He trained to failure. He trained hard.
Everyone keeps making fun of my chest in the photo, but it looks better in person. Trust me, it's massive. I got huge titties.
So on Monday's a push day, mostly chest. He's got huge titties, he says. I don't know if the chesticles match up to mine or not, or if they're at 10%, but I don't see huge chests, but I'm on HRT, it's not fair to compare. On Tuesday, it's leg day. Squats and deadlifts and lunges, all that kind of stuff for legs. Even though deadlifts works your back too, of course. But that's what he does on Tuesday. Wednesday's back to pull exercises, so mostly the back. Thursday, back to legs, no days off for this guy. And Friday, push and pull. That's a lot of friggin' training. That's 5 days straight. That's hard stuff. Whole body twice a week. It's what I tell people to do. Train each muscle twice in the week.
When you're lifting weight, you're only burning so many calories, no matter how heavy of an exercise. You don't really lose weight while lifting weights, ironically.
The advice keeps getting better. Who would have thought the advice keeps getting better? Who would have thought Pewdiepie knows so much about training? Can't believe it. He knows more than half the YouTubers out there. He says, look, weightlifting, it doesn't really burn that many calories, no matter how much heavy you're lifting, no matter how much lifting weights you're doing, not many calories are being burnt. What really matters is you have to focus on the diet, because that's how you can reduce the calories. Think of how logical that is.
Maybe you don't realize that you're addicted to it, but once you cut it out of your diet, that's when you realize that you are addicted to it. And you sort of, just like you trained yourself to like that food and depend on that food, you have to train yourself to not be dependent on.
So, I can't get over how good his advice is. I mean, I suggest you go watch his entire video, really get a feel for it. But basically with the food, he said, for me it was alcohol. Food is, I know it's not food, it's calories. So he was drinking too much. He loved the whiskey. So what he did is he cut it out. Felt way better. And frankly, if you're drinking a lot of alcohol, which is a drug, let's admit it, it's going to affect your recovery. It's got calories, wasted calories at that, and it's not good for you. It's not good for your health. So he cut that out. That helped a lot, but he fell back. Realized I was pretty much addicted to the stuff. That happens. He was addicted. He had a hard time quitting. But he gave it up again, and now he's continued to leave it out. He has the occasional beer, whatever, but not the hard liquor, and he's not drinking all the time. Huge difference. His advice, find that food that you have, that you're addicted to, that you don't maybe even know. Maybe it's 8 chocolate bars a day. Maybe it's just 3 chocolate. Maybe it's those magic muffins. Babe, what food do you think you're addicted to?
Pizza.
Pizza. Anything else? Cheese, bagel sandwiches, and pizza. Imagine if she just cut out those 2 things. What?
No way.
She can't, because she's addicted. So if you could get rid of those, you change your diet. It would change the way you do things. And what he's saying is, get it out. After a while, you don't really even miss it that much. And it really is true. If you go a few months without it or whatever, it's a lot easier.
I feel like there's almost a social idea that you need food to be happy. Oh, I need these food because they make me happy or whatever, which isn't true.
I can't even explain how well he knows this stuff. He's like, there's this social thing where people think you need this food to be happy. They think you need it. We celebrate it with all the time. It's so true, and you don't need it. I'm just as happy not eating the pizzas with the pizza. It's the people I want to hang around with. When I go to a birthday party, an event, or social, I don't need to eat the shit. It's the people I want to hang with. Don't eat shit, just hang with.
Oh, I need these food because they make me happy or whatever, which isn't true. Recently, there was a comedian, Kumail Nanjiani, who got really ripped for a Marvel role. Sorry that this video just became me ranting about different topics. Hopefully it is helpful for people to understand my mindset, because I really think mindset is one of the most important things if you want to work out. You can obviously, anyone can pick up working out for a little while, but unless you have the right mindset, you're not going to be able to be consistently pushing yourself for it.
So he brings up Kumail Nanjiani. I did a video on this guy, transformation, and he talks about it. He talks about what I talked about in my video. Maybe he saw my video. Maybe not, maybe he just saw Jimmy Kimmel's video about it, but I did talk about this in detail. And he had the skit with the food coming down. He's like, oh, and I ate the food and it was so good. And there was a time in my life and my wife came out of a coma. This was just a little bit better than that. I basically said, oh, and my wife came out of a coma. Well, that was the second best day of my life compared to this. Pewdiepie is literally using the example of Kumail's, the transformation, to show how much society likes food. It's incredible, and it's a joke, but it's true. People love food so much.
So you can put in your weight, you can put in your height, and then you can put in how much you work out, and then it tells you, okay, well, this is roughly what your daily protein intake should be.
He could have just watched the freaking Coach Greg video. How much protein do we really need? And he would have saved a lot of trouble. So he discovered he wasn't eating enough protein. So he added more protein to his diet. He ate nuts and chicken, whatever. He ate some more protein. And now he's more full. He's more satiated. It got rid of his hangry pains. He was talking about how angry he always was. And now that he's been eating more protein, it's in fact cured or lowered his anger level. Think of how good that is. Protein cures anger. Anger management class canceled. All you need is protein. Go figure, PewDiePie said it.
You lift weights to escape abstract concepts like time and death. That's the only acceptable reasons.
So he says, working out won't solve all your problems, and that's true. It doesn't in fact cure cancer. It doesn't pay your bills. It doesn't do all the things you want it to do, but it can release endorphins, can make you feel better. It can give you something to look forward to, improve your health, improve your longevity, increase the joy you feel in your life. These are good qualities that I think are important that you want to train for. Training is not going to cure everything, but it's certainly going to improve most things. It may in fact cure cancer someday. We will discover this. Debatable, up for debate.
There's no shape, whatever size or shape you are, I don't care, all right?
Just like me. You can be a circle, square, it doesn't matter. It's 2020. See how much me and PewDiePie have in common? We're all floor gang. I'm in a chair, but it's a low chair. I'm a little manlet. I'm still floor gang. Hey, I'm not sitting on the floor, but neither is freaking PewDiePie. If PewDiePie can sit on a chair, Coach Greg can sit on a chair too.
Maybe in a year I'll make another video more in-depth on my workout once I actually know how to do it properly. I don't want to spread misinformation and stuff like that.
Tell him to hire Coach Greg. I will get him in the shape of his life. He doesn't want to spread misinformation. Mostly amazing information. He's better than most fitness channels. I give him an 8 on 10 and he doesn't even know what he's talking about. Still gets an 8 on 10 review for fitness information. Better than most of the channels I've reviewed. I highly suggest you watch my reviews of other fitness YouTubers and you will see he's clearly superior than most people. Right, Cloting? Right, Abraham? Right, Autumn Bates? Lots of these people. GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette, IFBB Pro. Follow me Instagram. Be sure to let PewDiePie know he needs to hire Coach Greg to train him. Know what I'm doing. He'll be the best. He'll be awesome. He has the potential. He's already knows this much without even having me as his coach. Just imagine what he can achieve. Now I gotta go find another bike race. Let's find one right now. Okay, 6:26, 6:35. Oh, I'm not doing that again. City crit race.
Yeah, like let's take a bath and spend time together. An hour later, I gotta do a bike race. I gotta do a PewDiePie video. Ugh. Let's spend time together, and you're still working, and then biking. So stop lying to me.
Okay.
Pizza.
Pickle pizza?
You owe me a pickle pizza. And I'm gonna pour myself a glass of wine. And wallow in the misery of being your girlfriend.
Nikki! Are you agreeing with the mom, Nikki?
You know who's my real boyfriend? Pick a boy.
Chris Bumstead?
Oh, he almost